Hello and welcome to the show. We move on to our second part of the B-class, I say heavyweight, maybe more armoured tournament? I can't think of the best way to phrase it. Or more armoured tournament. There we go. This is the worst title in history. However, we move on to Crash Canyon. I have got my road... I think I was calling it a Road Slayer because you've got two very similarly named vehicles and I forget fictional cars in the games I haven't played for a while. We've got the roadcutter. I like it. It drives really well, but I am genuinely really scared of this car here because I think it has potential to be very fast at this track, but we've seen it be absolutely horrific at jumps. While some tracks it's been okay at, here I am worried about it. So we will wait and see how it might fare on this circuit. It might just ping around. It might be okay. We don't know yet. Aaron is going to get a bit squeezed. Sorry, Aaron. How are we... Okay, no, we're fine. Well, that's going to be the test. Okay, a little bit unhappy. Not the... Yeah, okay. It's a smidge unhappy, but it could be worse. It's not as bad as it was at the Hell Loop, Death Loop, whatever the thing's called. Although I guess down here is going to also test it. Maybe if we get damaged... Oh, no, it's a little funky, but it is a lot more manageable. So, Danger Man leads from Liam. Lado is behind us. I think Lado went up in the wall a little bit as well. Now, Crash Canyon is one of these tracks that you can have genuinely very good races, and you can have absolute chaos fests. And I don't know what we're going to see today. We normally end up with just genuinely sensible good races. Chaos fests occur sometimes. It might be about to occur with Bumpy and a 3. Bumpy just cannot keep all 4 wheels on that car. It is just impossible at the moment. It is, once again, me versus Danger Man. We have just always been somewhere close together in these races. I'm a little... I don't know... Oh, it's doing a wheelie! That's not what you'd ever want to see. Not a wheeling muscle car. Lado's going to have a look, but that inside line is going to maybe struggle to get the power down. Problem is, I think I've got a little more pace than Danger Man. The problem is I can't pass very easily, because my car, if this was like flat surface, I would just breeze past Danger Man in a straight line, but it isn't. And my car is bouncing around something horrible here. Lado's going up the top, which we will block. Oh, no, I can't block because I've got it a bit too deep. Lado is going to come past and will take that 3rd place away from me. I mean, it's... Oh, no. Oh, we got to lap 4 without the car trying to slaughter us, and then it decided it wanted to roll over. It's become all FailRace-y all of a sudden. Oh, Gliska wanted the high line, and I almost kept ahead, but I didn't quite get there in time. We will pressure the Road Slayer down the jumps. Actually, that's the best it's taken the jumps, was to like hook the bumper on Gliska's car. Can I duck underneath for the exit here? No, because I got a bit too much wheel spin down there. And I now don't have a car to hook onto the back of. Wheelie time. Though the wheeling is better than some of the things it does. Ninetales is going to come past. I'm going to try now and slide back underneath through there. Can't quite do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hello, Bumpy. It was almost fitting we say, oh no, as we crash into Bumpy. But there we go. Ninetales is up to the top. Gliska's going to try and get there, and I've got on the throttle too soon through that section. Yeah. Oh, Ninetales is on a clever line. I should... no, roadcutter, why? I don't even know whether I should have soft... So, once we started, we're not allowed to tune the cars. Maybe I should have gone for softer suspension on this. But I'm honestly not even sure if that would help it. Apparently it's just a quirk of this car, which is a tad bit of an awkward thing in this. But yeah, maybe softer. Although it feels quite soft and wallowy. That's the problem part. If I can finish in 6th, considering the difficulty, apparently I got a wrecking assist, but I don't know who on. Bumpy? I'm going to guess. I don't know how I got an assist on that, because I had nothing to really do with Bumpy's crash. It was mostly Gliska that hit them. We did tag ever so slightly, but we didn't do much damage to them. Oh yeah, we've just not got... Oh god, Bumpy's car's in a horrible place as well to deal with. I can't go fast enough down here to really keep pace. Which is a shame, because, yeah, the car's good. It's just that same frustration. We've got to try and keep Ewan at bay. And I've got to be a little bit wary. Lado's lost some time. I don't know whether Lado may well have been involved with well, Bumpy's wreck ending up where it is, for all we know. I mean, every so often, we're going down that midsection, my car just bounces, and it just gets fired left or right, and, oh, Aaron with a big accident. This jump down here we're better on. Well, that section we are slightly better on. Still not great. Thankfully, Ewan's car isn't doing amazingly well here. We are being caught a little bit, but thankfully it's also not crazy strong. Where did Bumpy's wreck end up? Okay, it's all the way on the right. No, well, we're going to visit it, I think. Nope. Hey, Ewan. Oh, we might be in a battle for 6th here with the Hunter. We're going to get a great run off of there. We know we've got excellent straight line speed, so we're going to try and keep our car in front down here as best as we can. And now we head to the final lap of the race. Ewan's to the inside. That's fine. Don't mind that. Will not get off that corner well enough to do much. Now, what if I am trying something down here? It will be a slightly slower way to do it than some of the other cars. Yeah, like a little tap on the brakes. We'd never be able to win doing that because, well, everyone else is flat. But it is good enough to get us towards the finish line. Oh, use the banking. I've just chucked my car at the finish line. Yeah, too bumpy. Not in the case of a pink car bouncing towards us. The track surface was too difficult for us. I mean, ninetales did end up 3rd, though, in all that, despite a very quick car. I mean, we had some lap pace. If we didn't have so many suspension issues, I think that car would have been mighty there, but sadly, it is not good enough. Aaron's, well, the skyline's been battered through all of that. Mute crossed the finish line. Bumpy DNF. The Razors struggled around there. Yeah, we got a 6th. Considering what we were working with, I think that's about as good as we can get. So, yeah, solid mid-table, but we had issues. We have another good spot on the grid. We've had so many good spots and not been able to convert any of them. It's figure of 8 racing time, though this one is probably, in some ways, even tougher than the first one we did. You get a lot worse visibility. I think it's a shorter figure of 8, perhaps, but we will have to wait and see. There is a jump, which is always bad news for me. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Oh, someone has had a bad start, so that's not great. If the pack stays close together, that's kind of, this then doesn't descend into complete madness. If the pack spreads out, madness will ensue, and you never know what you're going to get. Oh no, not another race let down by a car that just does violent things on jumps. It does look like that is going to be the case. That way, well, that time, not so. I think we may have to, it's going to be really difficult for me here, we may have to try and straighten the car up as much as possible. No, because then it just immediately bounces and is unhappy. Glisker's going to shove the nose underneath. See, this track's probably not so good for me as some of them, because my car, I think, more excels on speedy stuff, not on, this is more a handling track, right? All Mutes getting very close to crashing into, I think it's Crane and Shadow. Glisker's going to give us a bump through there. I mean, we are more, at the moment, trying to defend from Liam. Oh, big hit for Mute. There's an opportunity for the roadcutter. We're going to make the most of that. My car is definitely not the fastest car here, but what we might be able to do is utilize it in such a way that lets it hold on. You see, I don't mind if Mute gets the nose up the inside halfway round the corner. I will on the final lap. Oh, Crane. Oh, I thought that was a Crane DNF, but it wasn't. It wasn't a Crane wreck. But yeah, because Mute can't really go the long way round, and I'm always able to get my car across here. Although it's had enough there. We might be in trouble here, but then Mute's battling with a Liam. We're side by side on the exit, and now we are to the inside for the next corner. There is some trading of paint. If we go 3 wide, this could be trouble. It's 4 wide because Glisker's muscling through on the inside. Oh god, and now we've got to start dealing with cross traffic. We're about to get halfway through the race. We are holding everyone up here. Mute has gone for it. There's going to be some cross traffic. I thought we were going to go ahead of it. We did not go ahead of it. Unfortunately, it has gone wrong. I thought we were going to get out in front of it. Mute's lost a wheel. Yeah, we could hold off, but the cross traffic, now the cross traffic's completely messed this race up. It's all spread out completely. We are to the inside. Oh, there's Crane desperately trying to get out of the way. We're going to muscle our way past Danger Man a little bit here, although Danger Man is now on the inside for the next corner. The wings come off. The Shark hasn't. The Shark lives. And actually, the Shark is more important for downforce than a wing. That's definitely how it works. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen. Gliska's to the front of this. I mean, we were basically just clinging on with a car that was not fast enough for this track. We were holding everyone up. I think we're going to be ahead of that crossover now. It's Mute's three-wheeled Razor that we are dodging. I mean, fifth. I mean, okay, it's not good enough. It's not scoring us enough points. We are a very mid-pack. We're very mid-pack in this tournament, and I don't know if that's really a reflection of this car's... Oh, yeah, if I could sort out the bouncing, it's a very strong car, but yeah, I think it's definitely got lap pace on flat circuits, but yeah, we've had just very, very mid races. Oh no! I took off wrong on that one, and I was so busy looking at the cross traffic because I knew there was, or I was worried there was a threat. The only thing, I think I've only lost one place, though, from that, because we were all so spread out. This is going to be a nightmare now, trying to judge the middle section. Oh, we might get that one place back. Oh, although we've climbed over Ewan. Ewan, leave the door open. We're going to push it ajar, or we're going to crowbar the door, or we're going to use a fire axe on the door. Either or works. Really? Ewan, put me down. That was Crane's fault. I'm blaming Crane. We are up the inside. I think Ewan's car might have taken damage somewhere along the line. Ewan is definitely going to want to try and keep the foot in to the inside through here. Wise to do so, because I can't go around the outside with a Mute in the way. Now, Ewan's car is still okay. There's a gap somewhere in here. We are just landing on the back of the Jag. Right, couple of laps to go here. There's a battle for fifth between me and Ewan. The crossover is just dangerous now. Danger Man is kind of around where we want to be, and I think next lap we might get hit by Danger Man if we aren't careful. Next crossover point, we may well get hit. We're going behind Shadow. There was a very good idea to tap the brakes. Ewan has got murdered. We're up to fifth. Ewan has lost a place to Stevie. I mean, yeah, it has got crazy. So Danger Man is actually the car ahead of us that we are crossing over with. We're like one loop behind, half a lap behind, but it doesn't matter. Gliska has taken victory in all of this. There was a massive bundle of death, but it doesn't affect any of the lead cars. There's lap down vehicles. We are going to slide through the final corner. Yeah, we held on. I think fifth is probably fair for about where our car pace-wise was at that track. Although we did figure it out. I got it a bit better by the end. We got in a rhythm by the end. But yeah, we were holding everyone up for a while. We fought as valiantly as I think as we could have done. Gliska takes victory. Liam's second out of Ninetales. Danger Man was fourth. We battled ourselves into fifth. Oh, that's a bundle of pain as well. Mute, I think unlucky. I think that Razor was quick. But the crash that took me and Mute out of the lead group, Mute came off worse. It is safe to say Mute came off quite badly in that one. Who is still circulating? Shadow, and oh, Mute is... I mean, Mute isn't going to DNF. The car is alive. That's kind of the important bit in this. Or we might get DNF'd by AIs. That would be harsh. Oh, Bumpy. Poor Bumpy. Mute got fastest lap of the race and ended up 11th. Oh, yeah. The Alex train was real for a while. That is for sure. Well, we certainly can't complain about grid spots for these races. We're on to a sensible track, the Fire Rock Raceway, I believe it was, with our roadcutter. We will hopefully get past Stevie. I mean, if we can make a clean break, that would be good. Our car is definitely good. I mean, Ninetales is astonishingly fast at this game. If Ninetales doesn't get involved in accidents, I kind of expect that car to cruise up behind us and drive away, just because Ninetales is better at the game than I am. I mean, Liam's also... There's a lot of people very fast in this game. Ninetales in particular is astonishingly quick. And, I mean, I think this track will suit my car more than most. It's flat, it's smooth, we don't really have to deal with bumps, and we know my car has got excellent straight line speed. It's not the fastest track in the game, but I'm hoping we might be able to use the straight line speed a little bit. Just the sheer power of the roadcutter. But yeah, I've got to not make any mistakes myself, of course. That is always a challenge, because it's been a while since I played the game, refamiliarising myself, if you will, with the way the cars drive. And it's really the braking that is the difficult thing. The line between locking up and not stopping is very, very small. It's so easy to lock a car up and so easy to just be barely applying the brakes. But, you know, there we go. Liam is all over the back of us, but is not quite able to have a look as of yet. We may have to be defensive driving a smidge through this. Where is Liam going to look? To the inside down here. One of the better spots, so we are going to cover that line. We're going to get a little bit of a slide on the exit, put that power down, accelerate away, and we hope, I mean, the thing we want actually is a lot of cars harassing Liam as well. The more cars we have in the lead group behind Liam, the kind of better it is for us. If Liam's having to defend and deal with other cars trying to pass, takes away some of the pressure from me to an extent. And the only downside, though, with that is if Liam finds a way past me, it opens the door and everyone comes piling through if we're unlucky. But we've had a good end of the lap here. We've pulled a little bit of a gap to Liam. We will chuck it into turn one with maybe a little too much speed. That was a little too late on the brake. We were a bit too early last lap around. We were a little too late there. We got away with it. I do like this car. It's very chuckable is going to be the way I describe it, and that's not a way I normally describe cars, but you can kind of get away with stuff in this. More so than some of the vehicles on this game. It's not my favourite B-Class ever, but it is actually pretty. It's better than I thought it was going to be when we're not dealing with bumps. When we've got a nice smooth surface like this one, I am very happy with it. We've got a 4-car breakaway up at the front. I am terrified, not terrified, but I am definitely worried that I am going to do something and let the car down. Because there's nothing's gone wrong so far. Oh. Put a wheel on the dirt, although it actually helped us turn in through there. So yeah, 4-car breakaway, me, Liam, Ewan and Danger Man. 4 different cars as well up at the front. I can't remember what Liam's one is called. I've forgotten. It's one of the muscle cars is following. We've got the Hunter, we've got the Blade and everything in this little group, which is cool. I have to say, actually, like, the balance of vehicles has been closer in this than in some of the other ones we've done. Like, lap time-wise, fields get spread out, accidents happen, of course. But lap time-wise, it's actually been surprisingly close between a lot of vehicles. It's been very competitive. I've been quick, but just not been able to stay with groups long enough. Danger Man's having a look for a way past Ewan, but isn't quite close enough to be affecting anything at the moment. Now, do we want third or do we want second through here? I feel like, it's very close. Second, you're barely in second for any length of time through there. Third, you may be a little low down in the rev range initially, but it does seem to work. Liam is closer than Liam has ever been before at this first corner. So this could be, we could be vulnerable here. We're again going to kind of throw the car into turn one and hope we've got enough grunt to get out the other side with the lead of the race. There's still a couple of laps to go. Liam is going to be looking more and more for a way past. It's to the outside up here, but that's going to be a difficult one to pull off, and is not able to out-accelerate us. Our acceleration is kind of saving us at the moment. Liam is looking and looking and looking, but is not quite finding anything. Anything's working, because we've just got enough acceleration. Yeah, well, I knew this lap was going to be dangerous when Liam was so close down the start-finish straight. Maybe we do want second out of here, especially if we're a little slow on the way in. Oh, yeah, it's very close between second and third through there. We've got to be quick through this section. I think Liam's just found a little bit of pace in that car, starting to give me a lot more problems. Danger Man's found a way past you, and Ninetales is in the background. I think Ninetales is going to run out of laps to catch us. Liam was close, but I think Liam even drove it a bit too deep through there, trying to follow me, and has maybe fallen back a little bit. We are sliding, and this car's on the edge of sliding a lot more than I would normally have my cars in any game, but it's working. We are a little crossed up down here. Liam's having a look. This might be the pass for the lead, as Liam has now got to the inside. It's a fantastic pass if that has got the acceleration to pull this off, because if we have got the drive on the exit, which we do, we can keep Liam out wide. The roadcutter has the acceleration to make this very, very awkward as we head through the penultimate corner. Danger Man may get both of us if we're not careful here. We are going to sneak our way back past, and Danger Man is up the inside of Liam, might drift wide. Okay, does not quite. Ninetales is caught massively as we are all fighting one another. There is one more lap to go, and I've locked the brakes into turn one. Not what we needed. Keep foot down. Hope we can out-accelerate our problems. We are out of shape all the way through turn one because I was too late on the brakes on the way in. We're going to defend the inside because I know we were going to be vulnerable down there. I want Liam to be looking for a way past Danger Man, pretty much. That would help my case massively here. We have been defending under immense pressure for a lot of this race. Danger Man is looking and is not quite going to find a gap there. Liam's under immense pressure from Ewan now. Ninetales has caught up in all the frantic fighting that we have been doing back here. Ninetales has joined the group with probably the quickest car here, although we've been in so many battles over this lead position. It's not really been clean laps for any of us. Danger Man is right behind. We will round the final corner. Oh, and it is going to be a victory to the roadcutter. We had to make it wide. Dear God, did we have to make it wide, and we had to defend. We were quite robust with the defending against Liam. But yeah, we made it work. Jeez. That was a hell of a fight. Liam will probably be a little bit disappointed. I think if Liam got past me, I think would have just disappeared. Not massively quick, but I think would have disappeared up the road. The roadcutter's acceleration is just good enough. It's just good enough that it makes it really difficult to pass on a track like that. Ninetales does get fastest lap of the race. I mean, as I said, though, it is remarkably close. Considering me and Liam were fighting very hard, the fastest laps are remarkably close between a lot of cars in this one, which is awesome. Oh, bloody hell. I can breathe now. We head into the final race, and while I don't know the points, there's no chance of me winning this thing overall. However, we got a round win, which I'm happy about. This track, I mean, I'm a little concerned. A car would be amazing if it wasn't for I don't know what it's going to do on the jumps. So we're not allowed to avoid the jump, because otherwise it makes this track a bit boring. The only same rules as when we streamed Wreckfest. You've got to take the jump unless physically unable to, because you're pushed away from it or something. Oh, that's had a lot of damage from a weird collision. Because, yeah, otherwise the track just becomes a bit boring. Oh, Danger Man's having a bad day. That's a huge crash, although got away with a relatively okay landing. We aren't too bad on that jump. I'm happy about that. That is good news for us. So we can get away with probably taking the jump. I was wondering whether I was going to have to tap the brakes. Oh god, my car is weird on there. It's super fast doing that, but it handles like a... It just glitches around almost. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Ooh, we have murdered a Ninetales. We've murdered ourselves in that as well. Ninetales has had a big accident. Like I said, I don't know the points at the time of recording. I have a feeling Ninetales has probably won this before we even went into this round. I suspect Ninetales could DNF and it wouldn't matter here. Oh god, cars everywhere. But we are now trying to chase down Gliska. Okay, roadcutter landed quite nicely through there. So yeah, my car handles this so weird. Like, I just don't seem to have steering. But then when it... Oh, it's like a huge risk versus reward for me. If I go up there, I am mega fast, but essentially my car does its own thing. And I don't know why, and I don't know what it's going to do and how it's going to behave. So it's so weird. Oh, well, never mind. Our race might be over here if we take too much damage. Oh, I think... Oh, we have landed, at least. I think I'm going to have to stop getting airtime there, which is super dangerous because no one else is going to be doing that. Is there anything that I can do? Oh, see, I think I'm just going to have to slow down, and I really run the risk of getting torpedoed, or not torpedoed. Oh no. Oh, Danger Man with a big crash on the landing. Liam's come past. Yeah, it's such a shame the suspension on this is all manners of weird. Like, what the... I've never had a car that can do that. It just turns off, and then the suspension compresses and almost spins me. But then it's super fast. It's super fast while doing weird things. Right, and then we've just got to slow down for this. We've just got to... I just can't be flat out. Oh, no. I guess the only plus point we get is, much like you saw Danger Man's crash the previous time through the centre, we don't get the... We won't have the bouncing death. Oh, God. There's a lot of cars coming off the jump there. Okay, Liam went through that gap quite nicely. We've just launched Bumpy into the grandstands, I think. Actually, because I was slow there, we avoided that crash being worse than it could have been. Gliska's car is astonishingly quick here, by the way. It was 15 seconds out and we're only at half distance. Now, attrition is going to start to kick in. There's a reason why this is set to 8 laps. Attrition is absolutely going to start to kick in. Cars are going to DNF out of this race. I'm trying to make sure I get to the finish line, if I'm honest, which is why I am starting to slow down over these jumps. Now, we lose time, absolutely, but it is better for me. It's the only way we're going to finish. If I keep going flat out there, I will wreck. It will be game over. I tried it, and we saw what happens. Oh, God. All my car is... Oh, Ewan. Good catch. Very well held, although I was about to wreck on the landing. Slightly different way, but got away without too much damage. Yeah, if my suspension was better, this car would be amazing. But we're seeing even a different problem here. It has a mind of its own. It's an absolute monster on the wall, but it has there's just no control over what it does. But I mean, I can cut underneath a car there. Oh no. Okay, now we are in survival mode because we are on 10 life. We are going to DNF if we are not careful. Okay. We have just got to make it to the finish line now. We might end up... Oh! Someone went over, and then someone went under. That's awesome. I think Liam went over, Gliska went under. So Gliska's had a hit somewhere, because Gliska's still going, but has dropped back a long way. Danger Man's still sending it over the big jump. Oh, Mute got landed on. That's going to have hurt Mute's car. Mute had quite a lot of health, and now will not. We've got to tone it back. Liam is being... Liam has a lot of health, actually. Yeah, we can't run on the wall because I don't trust it not spitting me off the wall. And hell, I didn't even... I'm trying to run just below the wall and make the most of the banking where I can, but... Yeah, even there is dicey because it just does its own thing. Alright, get off there. Oh, got some oversteer from the car. There is... Liam and Gliska trying to chase each other down. I hope they wreck each other out, because then we can get a couple of places. Otherwise, oh, we jumped over someone. I think that was a bumpy. It might be another mid-pack finish. It might be. We've lost one hit point. I just cannot push the car. I can't push it at all. We push it hard at anywhere, and we run this huge risk of just wrecking. And I say I can't afford to. We're not going to win the race if we push, because my car's too undrivable, so there's no real reward at the end of the day. We can push it as hard as I like. And we're not going to get any better, because it's just a mess. We may end up deciding the victor, depending on how crashes go. There's been a massive accident up ahead. And I don't know who was involved in that. It looks like it might have been Liam, but it won't be enough to put Liam out of the race. Mute, we are trying to race for position, and Ewan up ahead's car, as Ewan has dropped back. I mean, we were battling with Ewan for like second and third at one point. Gliska's taken victory. Well done, Gliska, in all of this. We are still having to slow down. I think Danger Man came home in second in this one. That looks like a broken ninetales across the line in third, ahead of Liam. Yeah, we just can't do anything in our car. This is very much a case of a tournament of what could have been had the suspension not been the weirdest thing in the world. On the flat circuits, it was very good. And its straight line speed is immense. Oh! I think Ewan DNF'd right at the death. And did we get past Mute, or did Mute cross the finish line? No, we came sixth. Mute must have been across. We overtook Mute, but that was after the finish line. Ewan DNF'd at the end. So we gained a place. Crane DNF'd. Stevie was out. Ewan DNF'd as well. Aaron's car is pretty heavily damaged. Bumpy's car is not so heavily damaged, but has fallen over. Aaron, don't wreck now. You're so close to the finish line. There we go. Yeah, the roadcutter. I like the car, but dear God, there's some massive issues with that suspension, which is such a shame. Such a shame. It was not the choice for the tournament. Well, now we go on to the scores. I don't know. Well, voiceover Alex will know. I don't know at this very second. It's not going to be me, though. I can tell you that much. So, we are on to our leaderboard. It is perhaps not a big surprise that it would be Ninetales that would take a victory in this. However, the massive lead from the first part of the tournament has been considerably shrunk. Liam will be second, only 6 points separated the pair of them. It was a good turnaround from Liam, but just not quite able to score enough points at the end here. Dangerman would end up in third. Gliska would end up in fourth. Likewise, a good second half of the tournament for Gliska. I would end up in fifth, which is honestly a miracle. Well, my car, the roadcutter, was quick. So many issues meant that it was, it struggled. It could be very fast. We got around victory, which I was very happy about, but honestly, about the best we were ever going to manage with something like that. Mute would slip down in the second half of the tournament. I just couldn't quite get things together with the Razor. Likewise, Ewan would end up in seventh, a bit unlucky with a wreck on the final race as well, and of course scoring no points from those. Stevie would end up in eighth ahead of Aaron. Shadow would round out the top 10, followed by Crane, Lado, and Bumpy. Bumpy very unlucky, had a bunch of DNFs. Bumpy's car just did not seem to survive some of these, but there we go. It was, well, the theory of the tournament was a little bit different, forced the cars to be heavier and so on, and we did have actually a very wide selection of cars that were very, very competitive. Lap time wise, we're actually surprisingly close between a lot of vehicles in a lot of different scenarios, so for that measure it worked. As far as the chaos went, even me trying to select intentionally chaotic tracks and whatnot didn't really materialise, as, we were just out to try to get as good a finishing position as we could, and we ended up having just some genuinely very good races, as we often do when it comes to Wreckfest. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.